Welcome back, everybody, and Happy New Year 2021. Here we come. The Leadership Boy podcast. I'm Enrique and Vince, my co host. We're so happy to continue progressing forward in this podcast journey that we began way back in the beginning of last year. But before we get into all the things we're going to share, Vince, let's hear some words from you.
Oh, well, as Enrique said, Happy New Year, everyone. 2021. 2020 for some, it's been a somber moment, filled with challenges, filled with being resilient. But we want to share what we have done so far and what we're going to. But before we go forward, for those just joining us, haven't seen anything, what is the Leadership Void? Where did we start? We started back in the early January of last year, and Enrique and I, both veterans, we met through the Camaraderie Foundation. After a couple conversations, our passion is leadership. Both have businesses in leadership, helping business leaders and managers. So we decided to tackle what's needed to be addressed, which are the voids of leadership. Hence the leadership void, right? And in March 2025, to be exact, we launched our first episode with survey answer responses to survey that we sent out to different leaders. And from then on, it has evolved to what you see today, which we have some dynamic guests, great guests, and individuals from all over, started in just here in Florida, and now we expanded nationwide. So I'm excited. What are your thoughts on that, Enrique?
Yeah, no, you hit all the high points, but the amazing thing about that first conversation we had is that uh, there was already synergy there, the same playgrounds that we were in, but how this took off so quickly, right? And the support from the community, the veteran community, the entrepreneurial community, the business community here in Orlando and abroad, because as you mentioned, right, we did our national tour. We still have several states to fill. So if you're in one of those states, you go back into our podcast, you figure, hey, they haven't hit this state and you want to be on. I encourage you to communicate with us so we could do that. But it was such a great pleasure to start this journey with you, uh, to see how far we've gone, how long we've been able to continue this podcast and continue to build up not only the momentum, but all those that are coming on. Every one of our guests are world class. But it just seems like it just gets sharper and more, and the guests are just more dynamic, and they bring such a flavor to the podcast that I'm just fortunate to just be in this position with you, to bring these people to the listeners.
Yeah, and we say this, and I think it fits here perfectly. Iron sharpens iron, right? And that's what we said, and we continue to say. And this podcast for everyone out there is a great opportunity again to for you to share advice by listening to our audience. We opportunity to grow and learn. And we've done 40 episodes thus far in 2020, and to Enrique's point, we hate Texas, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Ohio, Maryland, California. Here, the Sunshine State. So if you're not in any of those states, bring it on because we want to have you on the show. We had an all-female cast of senior leaders of the respective branches and a Veterans Day panel. That was phenomenal. We also shared a couple armed forces birthdays, and which we will continue to do here in 2021, and some other great little tips of what's on the horizon. So stay tuned for that. Enrique's going to share a little bit more about what's going on there too as well.
Yes, and I'm so blessed about the list that is uh, coming on. The people that are coming on in 2021 are just phenomenal. Not only leaders in their own right, but leading communities, leading establishments, leading organizations. A lot of these names have become household names. So the caliber of veterans that come out of service and start doing great things. It's just amazing, and we're just so happy to have them as part of us. You mentioned the Veterans Day celebration. That was, I think, the biggest event we did last year, where we had five representatives of all services, female, top of their, the rank file. You go all the way up to E9, and they were at the top. Most of them led their force, right? And so it's amazing the opportunities that we've had to interview some folks on the show. But with all those great guests come other opportunities, right? And so one of those opportunities is the kind of like a new thing that we're doing. And I'm excited about this one piece, Vince, because it allows us to reach out. And so I'm not gonna steal all the thunder there, but it allows us to reach out and check on our buddies, right? That's something that it's inherent, it's integral to what we do in the armed services. We call them buddy checks, but we're going to be calling them something else. What's that?
We're going to be calling them radio checks. So, yes, folks, you are blessed to know that with this whole social isolation and the craving the human connection, buddy check has became more important day in and day out. So, we created radio checks, and we're going to start January 15th, the 1st and the 15th, just like a paycheck, a payday, 1st and the 15th at 7, which is 1900 hours, 7 p.m. We're going to definitely go live for 15, 30 minutes. No agenda. We really, really, really honestly want a buddy check. We want to check, say hi, chat, see what's going on, form connections, seek answers that you have for your questions. We're here for you. No agenda. Radio check. January 15th, 1st and the 15th of the month.
And I'm excited about that because there is a lot going on in behind the scenes. You don't ever know, right? You just don't ever know, and so we want to make sure that all of you listening understand that not only are we interested in bringing you leadership content, but we want to find out and really address the things that that are going on in the background. We may not be able to solve any of them. Let me just say this, right? But there's somebody that can. And that's the important piece. Once we can find out, maybe we can connect you with someone if we can't do something about it. So, tune into those two is like a paycheck. If you've been in the military, you know that those 2 days are almost holidays for us. So you wanna just tune in and be in the know and connect. Right, you just never know what that connection might do. So from Radio Check, we will be doing that live, and that's what I love about it. It's a different dynamic to what we're doing on our regular show, which is we usually record it and pretty it up for you and put it on YouTube. But this is going to be live through Zoom and on YouTube. So you'll be able to go on there and ask questions and comment. And it's a very nice addition to the things that we offer already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because as we know in the military, we don't fight alone. We fight in a team. So you're
Right.
not in this alone, folks. Again, radio check, just checking in. Please, by all means, 15 January is our launch. We hope to see you there. And as this evolves, we also bringing in another opportunity to highlight military spouses. So not because they also served in the military alongside the veterans that are serving. So we're going to have them also on as guests. So we're excited for that. But we ask you to again continue to tune in every Wednesday morning. We have something that will roll out, nice bow, nice package for you. Uh, And we are on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed, we ask you to please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is The Leadership Void, and on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button and you can see all the wonderful things we did in 2020 and what we are going to be doing in 2021. Um, for those that are out there that would like to be sponsors, we ask that one of our goals is to get sponsorships this year. So if you are excited and love what we do and want to sponsor us, have your name highlighted on our backdrop. You know, we'll have different levels, but please, by all means, just drop us an email at theleadershipvoid@gmail.com. That's one way to reach us, not just to sponsor, but also to be a guest on our show, or if you have questions that you would like us to entertain. And as Enrique loves to point out, I won't steal his thunder. What else would like to have folks do for us?
Well, there's a I just want to piggyback off of your YouTube real quick. 40, we have 49 subscribers, right? Our goal is to get to 100. And let me explain a little bit of that. Number one, 100 would mean that people really like what we're saying, right? And so that would be something. But there's an advantage. There's an advantage on YouTube to get 100, and that's so you can change your actual name of your channel and make it yours, right? So it'll be TLV Podcast for us, and it'll be easier for you to find on YouTube. Um, but when we're talking about these goals that we have, right? Because everybody should have goals, and I hope everybody, knowing that we're the leadership void, one of those gaps is the fact that people don't don't plan these things out, but we have, and that's one of our goals. The sooner we can get there, the better. So we appreciate all your support. But you know our aim is to educate you, to open your horizons. We bring all these guests for a reason, because we like a perspective. We like perspective. It opens us up to things that we would never have seen. Um, and different points of views actually makes what this world is about, right? Everybody has a vantage point, and you just never know how it's seen from their point of view. And so we like that. We like to discover that, and that's why we bring those things. um, so we talked about sponsorship. If you want to sponsor, we would love to. And we say, hey, our mugs, our shirts. I'm wearing my Navy shirt. He's wearing his Air Force shirt. And we would love to display all those things. But you know, this is sort of a business, right? This is number one, our brotherly business, to educate our brothers and sisters out there that are ready to transition out of all the things that are out here and connect them to folks. But we also have a business in the sense of we would like to make this a solid, full-time thing for us where we could continue to provide that, and that requires us to get to a revenue piece, right? And so we're just wanting to bring you the best that we can through the airways, and for you to be educated in leadership. But we want to grow, and hence all the ass, right? But we're excited. We're excited for the things that are coming up, the ventures that are coming up. We have speaking engagements, right? And things that are coming up in terms of the leadership void. So stay tuned to all that.
No, yeah, definitely. And speaking of, those perspectives, that diversity of thought, diversity, those perspectives are very crucial to enhance that mission effectiveness and excellence. And that acronym I use, as we love acronyms, mission effectiveness or mission excellence, is me. And that's the first person you got to deal with, is me, yourself, your self awareness. And a lot of the tips you heard about is being a great listener, having time for self, being patient, being flexible. So In mission excellence, always think of the acronym me, and that's you. Work on your goals, as Enrique pointed out. Work on yourself, and you will see the fruition of everything come to fruition. Excuse me. But again, subscribe. We noticed early on that this was something that we wish we had when we were coming up in the ranks, and here it is for you, by you. So please, we hope you subscribe, follow us, ask us any questions at the leadership void at gmail.com. Subscribe at our YouTube channel, The Leadership Void. Once we hit 100, we go to TLV, which is a lot easier than The Leadership Void. So, again, here for you. We're thankful for everyone who's come forward. Um, and we just wanting to look forward to the future as well.
Now you have mentioned, Vince. We had 40 guests. We had people from around the world, from the other states. And one thing we want to leave you with is this video that'll follow us here. This video represents everyone that participated with us in 2020 and made us successful, right? Because if you know anything as a leader, if you're truly a leader, you know that your success is based on uh, others. It is based on other people believing what you're saying and actually acting on your leadership. Your leadership alone is not enough. You have to be able to have some followers, and these folks have come and been on the show and have given their heart and their time and their energy, their mental notes and their whole basically experience in a 30-minute snapshot for you, and that is what has made us successful. So this video is a thank you to all those that came on in 2020 and made us successful. And we want to thank you personally, Vince and I, for that time that you shared with us and all the things that you shared with us. And we thank you.
We thank you. Special thanks to every one of you.